Public service announcement. Lockdown rules. Probably. 1. You must not leave the house for any reason. But if you have a reason, you can leave the house too. Masks are useless at protecting you against the virus. But you may have to wear one because it can save lives, but they may not work, but they may be mandatory. But maybe not. 3. Shops are closed, except those shops that are open. 4. You must not go to work, but you can get another job and go to work. 5. You should not go to the doctors or to the hospital unless you have to go there. Unless you are too poorly to go there. 6. This virus can kill people, but don't be scared of it. It can only kill those people who are vulnerable or those people who are not vulnerable. It's possible to contain and control it sometimes, except that sometimes it actually leads to a global disaster. 7. Gloves won't help, but they can still help, so wear them sometimes or not. 8. Stay home, but it's important to go out. 9. There is no shortage of groceries in the supermarkets, but there are many things missing. Sometimes you won't need loo rolls, but you should buy some just in case you need some. 10. The virus has no effect on children except those children it affects. 11. Animals are not affected. But there was a cat that tested positive in Belgium in February when no one had been tested. Plus a few tigers here and there. 12. Stay 2 meters away from tigers. See point 11. 13. You'll have many symptoms if you get the virus, but you can also get symptoms without getting the virus. Get the virus without having any symptoms, or be contagious without having symptoms, or be non-contagious with symptoms. It's a sort of lucky and lucky dip. 14. To help protect yourself, you should eat well and exercise. But eat whatever you have on hand, as it's better not to go to the shops. Unless you need toilet roll or a fence panel. 15. It's important to get fresh air, but don't go to parks, but go for a walk. But don't sit down, except if you are old, but not for too long, or if you are pregnant, or if you're not old or pregnant but need to sit down. If you do sit down, don't eat your picnic unless you've had a long walk, which you aren't allowed to do if you're old or pregnant. 16. Don't visit old people, but you have to take care of the old people and bring them food and medication. 17. If you are sick, you can go out when you are better, but anyone else in your household can't go out when you are better, unless they need to go out. 18. You can get restaurant food delivered to the house. These deliveries are safe. But groceries you bring back to your house have to be decontaminated outside for 3 hours, including frozen pizza. 19. You can't see your older mother or godmother, but they can take a taxi and meet an older taxi driver. 20. You are safe if you maintain the safe social distance when out, but you can't go out with friends or strangers at the safe social distance. 21. The virus remains active on different surfaces for 2 hours, or 4 hours, or 6 hours. I mean days, not hours. But it needs a damp environment, or a cold environment that is warm and dry in the air. As long as the air is not plastic. 22. Schools are closed, so you need to home educate your children. Unless you can send them to school because you're not at home. If you're at home, you can home educate your children using various portals and virtual classrooms. Unless you have poor internet, or more than one child and only one computer, or you are working from home. Baking cakes can be considered maths, science, or art. If you are home educating, you can include household chores within their education. If you are home educating, you can start drinking at 10 a.m. 23. If you are not home educating children, you can also start drinking at 10 a.m. 24. The number of corona-related deaths will be announced daily, but we don't know how many people are infected, as they are only testing those who are almost dead to find out if that's what they will die of. The people who die of corona who aren't counted won't or will be counted, but maybe not. 25. We should stay in lockdown until the virus stops infecting people, but it will only stop infecting people if we all get infected, so it's important we get infected and some don't. Get infected. 26. You can join your neighbors for a street party and turn your music up for an outside disco, and your neighbors won't call the police. People in another street are allowed to call the police about your music whilst also having a party, which you are allowed to call the police about. 27. No business will go down due to coronavirus except those businesses that will go down due to coronavirus.